All right. Welcome to Sistas United. All right. Today's show is going to be awesome. Well, at this moment, I'm Queenie, and this is
Rita.
Rita. All right. And so today's show, Rita is in control. I digress, and you lead. All right. We're waiting on Keisha. Waiting on Tammy Lily. So in the meantime, in between time, Rita, how have you been doing, girl? What's up?
I am great. I'm just working, just trying to get stuff going.
Well, what you working on? What you working on?
Of course, all my projects, I always have a lot of projects going. Um, Building, designing, painting, just everything. Just doing some everything in quarantine in life, but most importantly, building, growing, establishing my businesses. Um, That's most of my time, and of course, taking care of family and all of that beautiful stuff. But yeah,
Oh, now I'm excited about your business. So we'll give a little more time for the other hosts to come in, and I'll do a little impromptu. Oh, get in Rita's business. Okay.
let's
So
be saving that for another day.
it is. But ain't nothing wrong with a little harmless, you know, information drop, right?
Yeah.
so, so what you doing, Rita? Tell us about all the things that you do. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Your crafting skills are off the chain. Cause I was looking at you did a letter, and I was like, oh, I say I need to get me some. Listen, I say Rita gonna see me with my little J on the on Facebook in a minute. So
Look, I
talk to
just
me.
got a J. My niece trying to take it, cause her name you stole with a J, so she's trying to take that one. Cause I did some last night, which is the ones behind me. Kind of, it's kind of like my art therapy. Just kind of when I want to just be laid back or whatever. I
Yeah.
paint and just, and design them letters or whatever. I think they're cute. So I like
Oh,
cute stuff.
oh, adorable. I was looking, I say, Rita gonna have to hook me up. Or just tell me how to do it. Like I ain't a Zoom master. Okay? But
Mhm.
we get on that Zoom, baby, and do a little crafting. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah, have a virtual craft. Everything virtual these days. So hey,
everything.
have a virtual craft session. Um, but yeah, it's really easy. Like I said, it's just something I like to do. Just kind of give me peace in my mind.
Okay.
Well, just like a therapy, art is a therapy. So especially when it's part of who you are and it's part of your DNA, art, so it's just part of who you are. So it gives you that tranquility you need. So
Do you have any craft? You know I'm gonna do it. Do you have any crafting uh, crafts around you that you can show?
like I said, I just designed the ones that's above me.
Oh, snap. Yes, I like.
I can't see it.
Yes. Now, have you found that during this corona season that your crafting has taken on a new, you know, level?
Um, I think now I have more time to do it versus before. Being going to work, doing everything, and doing my businesses and everything. I didn't really have time to. I would try to because, like I said, it gives me a sense of calmness. Or just when I want to, I turn my jazz music on and I'll start painting or whatever. Um, but in quarantine, and started doing it more because, like I said, it kind of gives. I have the time to do it. When you're sitting at home,
Yeah,
you gotta find stuff to do. But that's just one of the things I like to do. So craft and design and decorate and all that beautiful stuff. So
yeah, because I'm in love with your crafting for real.
really,
Listen, and I'm trying to get you at that office back and listen. Let me tell y'all something. Rita's so good with this crafting. I'll clear a wall off in my office just for Rita to have it. Go! What's going on, Miss Roberts?
Hey, I couldn't get on. My computer want to freeze up, and I don't know. I was
Yeah,
trying.
well, best to come on it from the phone. Did you get your phone? Are you on the computer or phone right now?
I'm on my computer.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Uh, talking about Rita in this crafting. Listen.
I know. I want to see her stuff too.
Yeah, she
You
just
ever?
showed stuff on her wall. Girl,
Oh,
beautiful, beautiful.
oh yeah.
And
I
it's
see her.
simple. Because, back in the day when people used to craft, everything used to be gaudy and full of stuff and just so much stuff. Now it's simple, it's sleek, line. Everything is so simple and beautiful. Rita got it going on. She gonna do me. She gonna zoom me in and we're gonna do some lettering.
Oh, okay, you like lettering,
you from?
and she loves letters and stuff like that.
I do.
Real, you do real pretty too. I like that.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna just throw this shameless
Sexy
plug in,
froze.
Jive Turkey Collection. Okay,
You from? And you.
okay. Is everybody stuck?
I'm not stuck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this little shameless plug. Jive Turkey Collection. Go to my page. My son has been modeling all on his Instagram. My daughter has started modeling the face mask. It is off the chain. All of the artwork is done by me. And boom, there it is. Shop.spreadshirt.com. Okay. / for those of you that can type real fast. / my gospel soul shop. Boom. Y'all know I'm gonna post it in the comments. So Keisha, until we get Rita back, what's going on with you? Talk to me, lady. What you been up to?
Math, math, and more math. And then I'm working on a project with a boutique that just launched or whatever, doing some work for them. So all I can say is God is good. I mean, or whatever. Just
Have you
God is good.
have you found yourself? I asked same thing to Rita. Getting more into your crafting since COVID, more into your math, your sewing, your skills have increased. In an area that you wouldn't
Ab-
think.
Absolutely. I mean, this sewing machine, I have two, but the one that I use the most, I bought this actually probably about 6 years ago. Yeah, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, because I thought my daughter was going to make doll clothes. Well, she don't like dolls, stuffed animals, like clothes for her stuffed animals. And it had really just been sitting in the box. So I pull it out to him something or something like that. But it has been working overtime. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do it right and take it to the sewing machine shop to get
Uh-huh.
it all lubed up and just kind of take care of it because it's surely taking care of me.
Listen, pick me up. Pick me up. I put a mask on with social distance in the car. I'll sit in the back seat. And because they need to tell me what's wrong with my sewing machine too, so I can get busy.
Okay, okay, and it's right over there in Maryland. They really good. I'm telling you. 1 day service.
All right, sounds good. Okay, Rita, it's in your hands. Oh, wait, before you do it, do we have it? Are we still having the special guest? Cause are we still?
I didn't know what was what, so I didn't I can text to see if if he can come on.
Okay, yeah,
But I was
cause we gonna push and promote the show. Rita, go.
Well, good morning. Um, so I think our topic kind of came from last week's topic with Keisha being messy. Uh, but first I wanted to give our disclaimer that we're not racist.
at all.
We this
No.
subject may not pertain to all black men or all black women. So I don't want nobody to be feeling some kind of way. It's just a topic because we know that it's a very popular topic and it's a very spicy topic, which definitely can venture out to many different directions. However, we want to try to keep it to one specific topic if possible. So the question was on last week why black men do not want to date black women. I know we were pushed for time, so I kind of just did three different say topics or scenarios that I think why black men doesn't like to date black women. For one, because we're stereotyped as strong, quote unquote, black women. And that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. However, um, I don't think that's pertaining to, hold on, I'm trying to share the, I don't think that's pertaining to all women. Um, for one, my first thing was intimidated. I think most men are intimidated by black women due to back in the day, women uh they counted on men. Like the men was the breadwinners, they was the protectors, they was the provider. They went out there and they did. The woman sat at home, made sure the food was cooked. They took care of the children, they took care of the husband or whatever. So when he came home, he had a hot meal and all the 9 yards. They depended on men, but nowadays women are just as outgoing and the provider as the men. Um, and I mean, they have degrees. They no longer have to depend on the man the way it was initially done. Now they can go out, get degrees. They accomplish. They have doctoral degrees, and it's kind of. I think the men get intimidated because women is no longer like, hey, I need you. It's like I want you, but I don't necessarily need you to be the provider because now women be providing for their own. Most women nowadays, they have their own home, their own car, their own everything. So when you get with them, it's like the men kind of make you feel less of a man. It's like, okay, so what exactly do you need me for? Because but that's like I said, the subject can venture. I'm trying to stay in one lane because it can.
But
But
I feel you, Rita. It's hard to stay in one lane with this because it's a couple of lanes that I wanted to take while you were talking. One one in particular is when you said when the woman is already, when she's working, she's handling her business. Some men don't know what to do with you because they
right,
want knight shine. They want to be the knight in shining armor. They want to be the provider. And a lot of times,
right,
black men have been lifted up to say, if you can't take care of your house, if you can't take care of your wife, and see now, I think that when both are working and that who is bringing in the money is taken off the table. Now we have to be emotionally involved with each other. And a lot of times in our culture, black men, y'all know that statement of man ain't supposed to cry. So black men don't want to engage emotionally. They just want to say, hey, they want to drop the chicken on the table and say, I brought home the chicken. Go ahead and fry it or bake it or saute it or whatever you're going to do with it. And that is what had their chest poked out, their shoulders back, because I brought home the bacon. And so
right.
now we are forced to be all the way present in a relationship. And some black men ain't for that. Hey, hey, you ain't got to work no more. That's why you hear a lot of black men. You don't have to work no more. My wife don't have to work if she don't want to. And in with me, let me tell you something. My husband, The men he hang with, I ain't gonna go there, but it's about where you can take care of your, yours, take care of yours. You see what I'm
Right.
So yeah, I think it forces men
I'm
to connect. And since that's a strange thing for them to do, their fathers didn't connect. They didn't see them connect emotionally. They saw them connect through what they could provide. I think it does make it a little rough for them. Still a strong, black, independent, hard working, got her own woman. That's my view on
yeah, it can go twofold. So and nowadays, back then, it was easy for just a man to work and be the provider of the home. He feel like a man, which which we would love that in this day and time. I mean, but nowadays you need two incomes to,
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
have the home, especially if you have children. You need two
Right.
incomes. So it's like it's not that you're equal, but it's just that you out there working just as much as the man is working, because nowadays you can have a job, but sometimes one job in one household, unless you has a high position, is not going to make it. So I think that is I think so I think it okay. Let me just say the three. So is my thing,
yeah,
You
go ahead.
okay?
everybody disappeared.
Oh.
There y'all go. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Can you
yeah.
hear us? We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Hello? Y'all can hear me?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
we.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know what's going on my end. It's like going in and out or something. Um, no, I was saying that sometimes when both people are going out, then I think my second one was that black women are not as submissive.
Oh,
Truth be told, black women are dominant. Black women are strong, and it's a true statement in most cases. Um, However, we don't try to, we're not equal, but at the same time we are strong minded individuals, and that, but that doesn't make it, doesn't take the fact that we can't be submissive, because we can. To the right man we can be
Yes.
submissive.
hey, come
um
here.
Yes.
when a man is a leader, when a man is a leader and he do what he's supposed to do, a black woman will submit. I
Wait,
mean,
Can,
sometimes the men are bringing it to the table like they should, and they want you to, but at the same time you're like, bruh, like,
okay.
but I'm still, but then they deemed as black women don't want to be submissive. I think we are inquire I think we require that you do what I mean, I had a great father. I mean, I think he was top of the line. He showed me what a man's supposed to do. So that at
yeah,
the same time, when I require this and you want me to treat you as a king, but yet you're not doing what a king does. Um, so being submissive, I mean, it's not the fact that we're not submissive, but like I said, when you're submit, you will submit to the right person. And so don't, like I said, we can't put this out on all black women because every person is different. But at the same time, we are, I mean, just it's just who we are. That's just, you can't be intimidated from who we are as women. And at the same time, we do know what submissive is. Like I
yeah,
said, I mean, some people, some men, you think, oh, you need to be more submissive. You'd be like, what exactly does that mean to you? Everybody have their own different definitions. Um, and then my third thing was, a lot of men think we are too much, angry, ratchet, ghetto, high maintenance. And like I said, that doesn't go from all women. And and they feel we angry. I think a lot of some women are, but it's because of the situations they have been through with
Right.
quote unquote black men. A lot of times women have to step up and be the mother and the father. A lot of times the women have to step up and have to uh be the provider of the home, and they've went into times and times again failed relationships from black men, so they figure they have this wall up when it comes to black men, because the men they have dated, it could be the men they have chosen, but they have this wall up. So now every time they want to run into these women, they're angry, they're ratchet, they're ghetto, they high maintenance, and I'm like, so yeah, that's my input. Like I said, it goes twofold from why black women men don't date black women, and it goes why black men women would like to date other cultures. Because I wouldn't mind dating outside my culture. I'm not the one that would actually just date black men. I will venture out into another culture. Well, some of them another culture, but like I said, it just kind of goes from back history up until now. That was on my
So,
point.
so you said a whole lot. Yes,
Yeah,
you
I'm
did.
trying to get
With
it all
your
out.
with your messy self.
You started to mix.
But great point. A woman will, and it's not something that you have to ask a woman. If you have to ask a woman to submit to you, you behind in the game. I mean, that's just how I feel, or whatever. Um, I am a very strong black woman.
Mm,
Um, so, and I'm serious, and that's probably why I'm the age I am, and I've never been married. And it's not that I want to run things. I will follow the right man to the end of the earth, but I have to know where we going. If your stuff not right, how you gonna take me somewhere?
Oh my,
right,
don't
You
say
know,
that.
lead me over a cliff. I'm not going. I step to the side and let you go ahead and take that dive.
right,
You know, um, and I'm one of those that fall into that category. I have 3 degrees. I'm laid off now, whatever, because of all of this stuff going on or whatever. But, you can't tell me that it's raining cats and dogs and then think I'm going to go grab a leash so I can wrangle me up one. You know, uh, so yeah, I'm one of those, but I don't have a problem with submitting, whatever. Or I wouldn't have a problem with, you know, um, being led, but I've done it. And then I always say, so I'm very close to 50. Um, I've always taken care of me. So you can't meet me today and then tomorrow expect for me to relinquish my reins to you, because that's not going to happen. So it would take a really special kind of guy to
right,
understand, whatever, and I'm not a wanty woman. I'm not a needy one. I mean, I want things, but I'm not a needy woman. So by the time I've, expressed that I'm interested or want something or whatever, I probably already have it, because that's the way that I am or whatever. And it is intimidating to a lot of guys that I meet. I get told so many times, you want to be the man and the woman. No, I just want you to be the man that can handle me.
right,
Whatever. And so if we're having this conversation, it's apparent that you're not him. you
right.
know right. But I mean, I just believe in love. I prefer a black man. I mean, I've never, well, I have dated outside my race before, a Hispanic guy, but or whatever, when I was younger. But I have friends of all different, ethnicities, Asian, white, African, Indian, whatever. I just like people, so I wouldn't really count anybody out, but my preference is a 6'4" and up black man as dark as my shirt.
Wow.
That's plus 300 pounds. That's my man. That's what I like, whatever. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I want to share. It says they have had to be, black women have had to be strong because black men have often ran or neglected their responsibility. Okay,
let somebody come in.
that's somebody's comment. And another comment is, quit creating soul ties with promise breakers. I know who commented that.
Baby, come on, that's another subject for another day.
Listen, but I wanted to say something since I wanted to say because it's something Keisha said, which is true. And I'm gonna just go back through because Rita said so much. She always you want to say Keisha messy, but you said so much on the slide and real
I
quick.
know.
But I caught some of it. Let's. Where are you leading? Or where are you leading? It amazes me how a lot of men, and sometimes, okay, if you've heard this, you know what I'm saying. I'm a man. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. I'm a man, and I'm like, first of all, who you trying to convince? Just,
Okay, if
Right.
you have
I mean, why do we have a flag? I'm a man. I'm a strong man. You just don't want me. You always look at why women don't never want a good man and all this kind of stuff. Listen, where are you going? Where are you?
exactly.
A good woman does not, a strong woman does not want to, she'll have to dumb down and she'll have to present herself as weak in order to be with a man that has no guidance. I mean, or
Mm,
has no direction, has no vision, has no plan. She's gonna have to compensate for where he lacks. You get what I'm saying? And when people say, "Well, you want to be the man and the woman," well, if I get with you, I'm gonna have to be a little bit of the man and the woman because you are missing some areas. And like Rita said, when you come from a place where you have experienced a real man as far as your father or your grandfather, you know the characteristics of a real man. You are not gonna settle. You're not gonna settle. And it trips me out how men want to, like we said, get to insulting you and telling you you got daddy issues. Oh, you need to forget about what your dad and this did get with it. Listen, listen. You ought to thank God that we know what a real man looks like.
Okay.
You ought to thank God that we have some standards. But as soon as we lower standards, get ghetto, get crazy and ratchet, then all of a sudden there you go on another.
Angry black woman.
Yeah, now you're an angry black woman. Now look at you on food stamps. Soon as we now, because I want to say this because a lot of men they want to break you all the way down to their level, get you off your job. You don't have to work. Get you so invested in them, and then turn around and dog you out. Look at you. You used to care about how you when I met you, you had this. When I met you, you did this. But that's why I say as black women, we have to continue to be strong and keep that level up. And because if you begin to compromise, you spend the rest of your life compromising. You spend, and let me tell you something. Getting in that shower crying because you didn't attach yourself to somebody, ah, my God, to somebody that don't know how to lead is a horrible feeling. And leading, I want to throw this in there, is not about how much money you make.
No,
right,
it's not.
Leading
right.
is not about how little her income is.
That's
You get
right.
what I'm saying? Because you got some black men that want to be uh Captain Saver Saint or Captain, because I don't use that other word. Captain Saver Lady. Captain Saver. You want to be the Savior. Jesus is the Savior.
Right.
Come on.
You want to be with your best friend. You want to be with that woman that even when you down and out, she's there for you.
Right.
When you don't when the funds get low, she can reach on over into that pocketbook and pull out a couple of hundred. You wanna you wanna be
Yes.
one
Okay.
ride or die. A lot of people say ride or die. I'm serious. You wanna be with that one. A lot of men are looking for, oh, she look good. Oh, she shaped. Oh, she got a bomb body. You know how they talk about it. Oh, she fine, but she can't pray you through a storm. She can't
Come on.
Come on. She don't want you around your mama and your mama sick. She can't stand none of your siblings or none of your family. First of all, that's your red flag. I just want to let you know.
Yes.
She can't listen. She don't care if you eat. She don't care if you because you're gonna get old one day. You understand me? She
That's
don't get
right.
but you want the trophy. You get what I'm saying? That
I
so-called
can be.
trophy wives. Cause baby, listen. I guess because you're only good for standing there. Let's move on. Uh,
This what they call eye candy.
yeah, I can't. All you good for is to look at, but you don't want to. But the hard working woman that who feet hurt, you know, who don't work and did what she did, she to establish herself. She didn't showed you that she one of them women that'll last through the test of time, that'll stand, that'll go through the hard times. I always tell folks, don't pass up a woman. This dude told me one time, well, you live in the projects because I was living in housing. And I wouldn't deal with you. Well, that's because you ain't the right one for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able, just like we got to be able to see the potential in you, you got to be able to see the potential in your mate.
Come on now.
Because guess what? Guess what? You might get together and become multimillionaires. You might get together, come on, and be that combination because it said that you are the rib. The woman is the rib and the man is the rib cage. Okay?
Right.
Right? The rib cage protect all the vital organs. I'm sorry to go into this sermon, but I got to help somebody out. Okay? We
Yep.
are the rib. We are in there with protecting the vital organs, everything that's important. Okay? So you can't function with you functioning unprotected when you don't have that right one. And Rita said, you got to be that right one.
The right one.
The right one. For the right one, I will submit. I'm not submitting to Cleophas and Bootlee Farnsworth. I ain't submitting to Pookie and Pee Wee. I'm not submitting
She
to
said
you on,
Pee
on a baller on a budget and all this kind of stuff. You live at your mama house and oh my mama live with me. You live at your mama house. Really got me being missed. Rita,
Okay, I was about to say,
She over there being petty.
said it. I'm just being real because they don't want us to say anything about how they put us in a box, but they want to say everything that's wrong with a black woman. Oh, she got an attitude. I got an attitude because Pookie keeps showing up.
we have a right.
Yeah,
We have a right to be angry if we want to. That's how
come
I feel like, in a way or whatever. If anybody has a right to be angry, it's us because if you think about it, just from all the way back, we are the ones that hold
on.
everything, the weight on our shoulders.
That's
So if I
right.
want to be mad sometime, it's okay.
Be right back.
Okay, it's okay. It's just, I can't stand the and then if you see me angry all the time and I'm not an angry person, then it's probably you and the mess that you did dealing up. I don't know. I feel like it's somebody for somebody. God knows that I'm a real special one. I'm a
Mm.
real special one. So it's taking him a little bit longer to craft that one for me. He putting him together.
Sometimes
And it might not be the package that I expect. It might not be that 6'4", 6'8", 6'7",
right.
whatever.
Don't miss your blessing looking for the package.
Okay, looking for the package. All right. So that might not be what it is, but I know. I mean, I know that I deserve, but I don't want a project. I don't. I just at this point in my life, I don't want a project. I don't want somebody. Now, and don't get me wrong, because I tell women all the time, you have to, many black men are so broken. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So they come into all situations a lot of the times, not all of them, but many, expecting to be talked to a certain way, viewed a certain way, or whatever. So you have to, uplift. Just like you expect a compliment.
Right.
You have to compliment your man. Or
Right.
whatever. You have to uplift them or whatever. But some of them are not in the receiving mode.
Right.
They don't, or whatever. And that's a project. I don't want a
I
project. I
think
mean,
I think nowadays sometimes you have to just wait for the right one. I mean, a
oh,
lot of
I'm
people
not. You know
go
what?
to
Like I always say, the Bible said, "A man that finds a wife finds a good thing." It ain't my job to look for him.
right,
He's supposed to be looking for me.
Preach.
And and so my thing is just to be presentable. You know what I'm saying? To make myself presentable and available for that time. I ain't looking for no man.
Huh.
right.
But
I,
when
I
he
think
finds me, I'll know who he is.
right, and also I think when we was talking about the submissive part, like I said, I always come from the biblical standpoint, and I think in order for a woman to be able to submit to the man have to first submit to God. He can't
Yes.
give you direction because the Bible even tells you that the man is over the woman. And he is and God is over man. But a lot of times and that has been one of my issues. Like my first and foremost, in order for you to lead me, you have to be following God. I
Huh?
mean, because you expect me to submit to you, but you won't submit to God. And
Oh,
I think that's a huge red flag. And I know a lot of the men you run into nowadays, the relationships, I know a lot of times people think they like, oh, your standards or whatever. I'm like, it's not, to me, it's not a lot. Because like I
okay.
said, in order, when we talk about submissive, about the woman being submissive, I'm like, they have a problem with the woman being submissive, but they won't submit to God. How are you going to lead me? Where are you leading me to? Because as a woman, I look for you to be my covering. I
Yeah.
want to submit to you as being my covering, but who are you following?
Who
I
you?
mean,
Right.
we need directions in life. We need guidance in this life. But at the same time, I have to know for my good, for my sake, okay, I'm following you. I gotta trust the God that's in
Um,
you. I gotta trust you as a man to be. I want to be able to. Women don't want to wear a cape all the time and being superwoman all
I
the
know
time.
that's
They
right. I
want to
want
be
to.
able to digress and be like, hey,
yeah,
uh,
you
Mama
got.
Lee got it. I
Yes.
mean, you want to be able to just take care of the home. You just want to be able to, you know, build your empire, taking care of your home, working your business, doing your thing, and while your husband handling the business. But at the same time, like I said, but when we have that mentality, when we have a business mind mentality, when we have uh accomplishments or goals, it's like, oh, y'all too much. Too much how? I'm like, and that's what people will tell me, like, I'm like, how is that too much? It's just one goal. It's one a person that can lead you, a person that can follow you. Because it said the blind lead the blind, they'll both fall in this. So if you don't know where to take me and I'm following you, guess what? We finna both end up in the ditch because I
Oh,
have
that,
no
that's
I
what
mean,
I
I have
said.
no mind of my own. I'm just following you, trusting that you, but I gotta know who you following, because at the end of the day, we gonna both be in the ditch, and that's not what's up for me. I'm
That's
sorry.
not what I know. That's right.
What's so powerful about what you're saying is a lot of women have never experienced a leader. So it's like you can't recognize one. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to talk about it from that aspect,
Yeah,
you,
that's
they won't. I want, because I don't want anybody to get confused. A, a, a woman, a real woman, let's say a woman that loves God, we want a leader. You get what I'm saying? Uh,
right,
and black men need to know that we want a leader. You get what I'm
right,
saying?
Right.
It's just that God tells us in His Word about our value. So why would we take everything that God has perfected in us and has shown us and then just hand it off, to a mess? You get what I'm saying?
Casting them pearls to swine, baby. You don't
but
do it.
yeah,
He
Okay.
come on.
and another thing is, you know, when we talk about submission, a lot of women don't understand what submission really is. They think submission is do whatever he tell you to do. You know,
No.
do whatever. That's not submission. Submission, it's, and then plus it says to submit to each other. It don't
Right.
say you submit to him and do. It did say obey him. Okay, I want to help somebody. It did say if he said, okay, we're not gonna do that this month, we're not gonna do that. You get what I'm saying? And you, as a woman of God, have to be okay with that. Some women like, I'm grown. My dad is blah 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 blah. But listen. You leave your father and your mother. That's both of them. You leave them and you cling to each other. But see, you can't get even to that level unless you're with the right person. It's
Right.
gonna be chaotic. It's gonna always be a problem. It's gonna always, you know, be push and pull. And then too, I want to talk about healing. You know, a lot of people think, well, you need to get healed before you get married. A lot of your healing comes when you in place with your rib cage. A lot of a man's healing happens when he is finally with the woman that God made for him. You understand me? A lot of folk want to get prepared mentally and all this stuff before they get married. But a lot of things, a lot of curses are broken off your life when the real man show up. A lot of broken places in your life heal when he shows up. He shows you what protection is. He shows you how a man's supposed to handle a house. He shows you that you don't have to worry anymore. He shows you. God uses him to show you his love. But a lot of women say, you got to be ready and healed. It ain't his responsibility to heal you, but he is a part of the process. He
Yeah.
is the right one. He is a part of the process. The wrong one will cause more damage, will wreak more havoc. You know,
But then I'm sorry.
when we talk about our black men, we have a right to, because we're black women. We have a right to say what we need. We have to have a right to say, we had to become protective over the household until our men matured, grew up, received Jesus Christ. Got, even some of them out there right now at 40 and 50 years old, still at the cafe and the clubs, still drinking, still cussing, still trying to be a player. It's a time and a place where God will bring the two into submission. That's why I say, wait on God. Wait on. Some folks say, well, you just keep waiting and all this, and it's been too long. You need to go ahead and do this. Wait on God.
Wait on.
I let folks talk you into just getting with somebody, and before you know it, everything is subtracting instead of multiplying.
Yes.
Everything you work for is in the trash. Everything that you get what I'm saying? When you get one, everything you work for gonna increase. He gonna bring something to the table, if not the table. Come on. You bring the food, he gonna bring the table. Come on, he gonna put chairs at the table. He gonna put the house around the table. Come on, and look, and bring the dining room with him. Come on. But we have to understand that we need each other.
Right.
We gotta stop walking around talking about we don't need each other.
Right.
One more, y'all. I'm sorry, Rita gets me started. He put Adam to sleep. I'm gonna get this nugget. He created everything and gave Adam a job, right? And then he put Adam to sleep. He said, Adam, I don't even want you involved in what I'm about to do, but I need to make you a mate because you don't need to be alone. You will be no good by yourself. And then he formed Eve. He didn't ask Adam. Adam, do you want Eve had to be long? Do you want Eve to have big hips? Do you want skinny waist? Do you want a short 5'2" or 6'7"? What do you want? He didn't. He put Adam to sleep. And he gave Adam, he formed what Adam needed. I tried not to preach, but here it is. He formed what Adam needed. But get this, look at the order of it. He gave Adam a job first. Then he gave Adam instruction. Then he gave him his help. I just wanted to, boom, I'm out. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to on something you had said about the woman, about the relationship and the healing process. I think a man has to also be in place for a woman like that, because I always say that you need to allow healing before you go into another relationship, or you need to allow healing before, man, because if not, you'll bring a lot of the baggages. You're gonna bring your trust issues. You're gonna bring all of the whole 9 yards or whatever you dealt with the men before that. You done met your soulmate, but you're gonna ruin it, because if you don't, because first off, you going on a clean slate. But if you bring that extra in, you have. I just believe that you have to get all of that at least somewhat out your system, because at this point,
Real, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's get real. Let's get real, real.
they
I,
got,
I, one thing I hear that and it sound real good. It sound real good. But let's be real. We don't heal all the way before we find that man.
Not all the way, but if you jumping
I'm
from
about to say, but
if
Yeah, I mean, I understand what Rita. I understand that, but I'm saying,
rebound relationships,
yeah, but we got to make sure
you
because
ruining each other.
I'm happily married right now. I mean, just happily married, but it's something that I thought I was healed from that my husband showed me, because I used to say that too. Oh, I gotta get completely. Oh, I'm gonna be by myself, and I'm just. But it's some things that God allowed him to correct. Do you get what I'm saying? And
right.
that is part of that healing. It's some things that it's some things that get it, that you'll say, okay, I went to counseling, I got here, I'm done, I'm free, but you by yourself. They have to be tried and tested. Okay, so now I'm in a relationship. So what happens is God shows you, he say, now that I started, because that's starting the healing process. When that good man come in there, the rib cage come in, and y'all connect, it's different grooves and stuff that have to, it's things that got to be knocked off of you. It's that
Definitely.
you have to adjust, and you have to say, wow, I never, because it's things that lay dormant that you don't
Right.
you
It's
Right.
residue. Yeah.
Things
that
that you
not
suppress, yeah.
highlighted until you get into that new relationship. That's why when people say that, I say, hold on. There's no way some of the things can be healed until you see a new way of doing it, a new way of, if you never knew how to love. You get what I'm saying? If you never knew how to love in a relationship, you got to get in a relationship to actually learn how to love. That is a part of the healing process, because it breaks walls down. It breaks down old habits. It breaks down, like Keisha said, like we were saying earlier, I would love to sit all of this down and let you have it. But have you ever tried to do it? Have you ever been in a relationship and had to try to relax? Listen, I tried to relax and couldn't do it. I had to get up and get it done. And my husband had to tell me, hey, I got
Sit
that.
down.
All of
Hmm.
it. Shut out. Shut out. So I agree with you to a certain extent,
What
but it's a lot of healing that happens when you're mate, you're the right one, like you said earlier. When the right one comes along, it's some healing that happens when they come along.
Somebody trying to comment on the video. They saying they can't comment.
Well, I see
I
a
don't
comment
know.
as this has been
I don't know if they have to join the group, because somebody told me that too, that the comments don't work. But I'm seeing
seeing
some
comment.
people. Yeah,
Okay,
they
because
have to
somebody
go
was
into
Trying to
to
comment.
StreamYard in order to comment on this, because you have to give StreamYard permission to be able to be able to see your comments and so forth if you're listening through Facebook.
it's yeah, but it's we're on a lot of pages, so I'm seeing comments from people. They commented on Facebook. It's popping up in the comments. Uh,
yes,
Porcelain Vaughn, her comment. We
yes.
Facebook user. It just says Facebook
Hmm.
user. Comment says most men don't know how to lead because they didn't have an example to follow. All right, we can chop up on that. because that's true.
That is true,
What
and people
that's
do
where the
what they.
permission comes from.
Go ahead, Tammy.
I'm sorry. I was saying that's where the permission comes from because you can't see who's actually commenting unless you give StreamYard permission to be to post your name.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess 'cause, like I have some comments on my end from where they come in when I share my post.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have questions from this end.
Okay, go ahead, Keisha.
Oh, I was gonna say, people only do what they what they know how to do. So if you come from a house or you raised in and you don't know it's wrong because I mean it's just the way that it is. I always use an example that if you live in a house, you never allowed out or what you see, and everybody walks backwards. When you take your first step out that door, which way you going? You're
Huh?
gonna come out backwards.
Come on.
So a lot, you may not know that you're not being led um correctly or incorrectly. You just doing what you see. So but that's the truth. A lot of men don't, they have their mamas, you know who sometimes take stuff or whatever from people or allow things or whatever just to kind of make you know just to be able to survive, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, just dealing with people so that they can do. I'm just really grateful that I come from a long line of strong black women. I do, or whatever. And um and like my grandfather, whatever, my grandfather is my example of what a man was. My grandfather was, really, he took care of his family, and you know just everything. But there are a lot of people that don't get it,
Yeah.
who have fathers right there with them,
Yeah.
whatever. But they grew up with a daddy that was taking them to the woman's house,
Oh.
the other woman house, then coming home to the mamas or whatever. I mean, what are you teaching your child?
Uh.
You know, um, Never saw their father pray for nobody. Never saw their father pray. Just start eating. Don't bless the food. Whatever. Some people don't have that meal.
You don't have. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to in conversation you just have to talk and know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and decide if that's something that's for you or something that you're gonna, deal with or whatever. I felt like I've dealt with a whole lot,
Yeah.
in my life I've allowed or whatever, and I'm just not willing to, like somebody mentioned, dumb yourself down. I'm not willing to do that,
Amen.
whatever. And I don't think that I've never been told. I don't think that I make anybody feel in any kind of way. I'm not that kind of person where I this and I have and I, whatever. I'm not that kind of person, but you can't just tell me anything and expect for me to just run with it. I love research. I would research a thing to where to pinpoint to it, whatever. That's just me. And it's not because I don't believe you, it's just because it keeps coming up in my head. So some about it is missing. So I have to see for myself.
Yeah. Oh, Rita, that comment was from Matt Brooks. Matt Brooks.
Yeah, and I have two other people, I guess, commenting on what I've shared. Uh, but I guess they can't. I guess y'all can't see the comments because they saying that they can't comment. But I did have one person that had a question. Um, but I seen Matt Brooks. I seen his comments on the thing coming up. Um, but one person asked a question. They said, "Why do the more educated and financially successful black men choose women outside their race?"
Mm. Oh.
We need some men to come up with that one, because
So, man,
you
hey,
know
go ahead.
maybe it has to do with a
I
prize.
don't
They
think it's
feel like
necessary.
maybe they feel like okay, maybe they feel like I've been around my mama black women all my life or whatever. I want a prize now or whatever. I've always done this. I want a prize, but I mean,
I
It's
think
sad. Like in my family, we the whole rainbow coalition. You might get whatever, anybody. Over here, my mama's thing was always, I don't care who you date. I don't care if they black, white. She even said a cyclops one time. He can have one eye in the middle of his forehead, as long as he treats you good. That's what my mama said. It don't matter to her. Somebody that's gonna treat me good and make me happy. Like for the most part or whatever. And we be happy together. So that's more important than anything. So I didn't grow up in a family where, like, oh, you got to stay with somebody in your own race or whatever. I didn't grow up like that.
But
So,
we have a comment that some people look at it as a status symbol.
yes, yes, the
that's
pride.
true.
Yes,
Yeah. And I also think it also depends on uh who what type of women that they're dating. If they, like you said, it could be a status symbol, or at the same time, if you're financial, because you got a lot of educated and financially stable black women. Now, if you don't want nobody on the same level as you, is that an issue by her being black and being on the same level as you? Because like I said, there's a lot of women that's financially stable, has great positions and educated. So you can't say all women are ratchet and ghetto in the hood, because you have women out here making it happen. And if you want one now, if that's the women you're not choosing because you want to be, I mean, because some men, they feel like you want to be equally yoked. So if you consider that being equally yoked, then quit choosing people that's less than your status. I mean, or like you said, it could be a symbol, like, because I
Yeah.
guess when you black women and you're educated and financially stable, some they intimidated by that, but it's okay. I mean, I think it's that person's preference and what type of women that they're choosing. Not every woman, like I said, is ghetto. Not every woman is ratchet. Now, if that's who you attracted to, that's not our problem.
ooh, I love this comment. This Facebook user said, "Men, like damsels in distress. Sometimes you could be too strong." I
Oh,
say that all the time about me. I am not a damsel in distress. But I'm not one. I hear women say, "I don't need a man." You need one,
yeah.
whatever, because it's just that was God's design, whatever. You need a help mate or whatever. But I'm not a damsel in distress. I change my own tire. I get out there and change my brake pads, my spark plugs. I change my
Tell
oil.
somebody to do it. Come on.
Hey,
I grew up like that. My grandfather was a
You gonna
mechanic.
make
My
it
brother was
happen.
a mechanic. My daddy was a mechanic. I'm just saying, it's some stuff that they felt like I needed to know. So,
okay.
yeah, and
We haven't heard from Tammy. Tammy, you want to share something on this topic?
Um, well, I don't think in some cases that is necessarily they don't want a black woman, or that woman don't want a black man when they get in that status. I think it's just who you're around. You have a tendency to date who's accessible to you. So when you get so high, sometimes those other people are not accessible to you, or it's not as many that's accessible to you. Um, I mean, it's just, and then too, you got to see how they grew up as well. I mean, if you use the example of the Serena and Venus sisters, they end up dating outside their race because every black man, well, not every black man, but a lot of black men were saying, "Ooh, those are ugly girls," because some people didn't think they was the most attractive women out there. And so when they got of the status to start making the money and so forth, and then they was ready to settle down, they was lonely, because the reality is you get lonely. And I agree 100%. Everybody that runs around here hollering about they don't want nobody, they don't need nobody. Sometimes they do that as a defense mechanism to convince themselves that they're okay by themselves and they don't need anybody. So
yes,
when they get to that status of where they want somebody, and they get to the status that they're at in their career, And now they want to deal with their personal life. When they look around, they look to the left, look to the right, there's nobody around. And then they can remember back in the day where, that black man said, "Oh, that show was an ugly woman." I mean, we're just going to be realistic, that they thought these women were not very attractive women. And sometimes money makes you look better than what you look without
Right.
money. And Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey without all the suits on, he looks like a totally different man. When he puts the suits on, he looked like a distinguished gentleman. And girl, he's so fine. But before he had those suits, when you're hollering about how fine he was. So I mean, I think it's more of accessibility. Yes, it can be that I want that white woman because now I got that I want that trophy wife, that Barbie doll look, because that's what society tells me that's what's acceptable for me once I got to that particular status. So it's a various of different reasons of why, but I think some of it does boil down to that they want that statue. I think some of it boils down to that it's not that people are not accessible, or they start to think they're too high and mighty for that sister right there, that woman that they dealt with from the hood or what have you. Because you get some men that or some women that rock with the same person all this time, and then when they get of status, they push that woman or that man to the side. So it's so many different reasons why people get with the other person. And I'm a type of person like this. Whenever you do anything in life, you better have a why. Because sometimes if you step back and look at the why, you wouldn't do certain things if you understood the why. Because it might be an underlying issue that you have there, the reason why you choose who you choose.
Uh,
All right. Come on
That's a
through,
good
Tammy.
point.
Come on through.
Yeah,
oh,
come through.
good. Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
ma'am.
never even thought about that's a whole nother spin on it Tammy put.
That is true.
Tell it. Tell it. But I mean,
Mhm.
it's so many different, like Rita was saying in the beginning, it's so many different aspects of this whole
Yeah.
thing, you know. And oh, I remember I said I was going to share this. My son, not to call him out,
So good.
when they were in school, all they would date was Hispanic or white girl. And one of my sons came home one day and he said, "Mama, do you have a problem with me dating outside of, dating Hispanic girl?" And I was like, "Are you in love or do you like Hispanic?" Just some questions. I say, when you look at it, do you see a Hispanic girl? Or do you just see a girl you crushing on? And he said, "I just see a girl I'm crushing on." I say, "Well, who put color in?" And of course he told me who did, but I was like, "Listen, you it's about being happy, you know." Now I did come up where I heard keep black black, and uh if a man dated outside of his race, he didn't like his mama, it was so much stuff. He had a problem with his mama, he don't want to, but it's just some black people who just love black people. They are pro black, and nothing's wrong,
Yeah.
now
Nothing.
operating in hate, then you got a problem, a serious problem. But everybody has preference. Now,
Right.
now I had a son come back and say, "Mama, I'll never date a white girl again. I can't. I look." He say, "I look at my mama and I want a beautiful black woman like my mama." Okay, that's his preference. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But I never told him, "Don't you bring." You get what I'm saying? Don't you bring?
Right, right, right.
Because ultimately, I'm not going home with you. I don't. You get what I'm saying? Whoever you choose got to have them babies. Whoever you choose got to put up with you. And that putting up with you ain't got nothing to do with your color. It got something to do with your tolerance. Okay. So,
Right.
you know, uh, I think this topic is very, very good. We had a comment. Oh, it looks like my husband made a comment. I'll put it on the screen. He says, let's see. What did he say? Insecurities,
Jay,
insecurities destroy a lot of relationships for men and women.
JD say, if she can't use your code, don't bring her home.
Oh my God, my husband is ridiculous.
Tell him,
Baby, I'm
tell him
gonna,
to stop being messy.
I'm gonna say so, but I'm gonna leave him alone. Cause he is, let me tell you something about pro black. My husband's pro black. Yes, he's pro black. And I love him. I love you, honey. Let's move on. Insecurities destroy a lot of relationships. Uh, that's true. Insecurities do destroy a lot of relationships. A lot of relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yes they do. Yes they do. Anybody else sharing any comments?
I think that's. I don't have any more.
We got one more that says that's what my brother said. My mom told him. That is so funny. Oh,
About the, I never heard that before. That is funny.
never heard that before.
Me
Me.
either.
Can
Well,
can
if
I
that's the
come
case,
in on real quick about? I want to comment real quick. It was a previous part of the conversation, and you was talking about not bringing in baggage into the other relationships, or don't bring baggage into your relationship, and dealing with your own demons before you bring somebody else in your mix. I just want to highlight that. I always like to take it in a big biblical spiritual area. That if you wait on the Lord and lean not to your own understanding, you don't have to guess. You don't have to guesstimate when's a good time, or when do I feel like it's okay, or how long do I have to be by myself in order to heal. If you seek his face, then he's going to do the healing for you, and he's going to put you in a position that he's going to bring somebody into your life that can help you with that healing, because the reality is we all hurt, we're all broken, we're all dysfunctional. People talking about dysfunctional families. In the reality, is no such thing as a completely functional family. Everybody has their skeletons, everybody has their demons and so forth. So if you lean to him and not to your own understanding, you'll be all right, and he's going to bring you somebody that's going to help to break up that ground and give you that healing, and as well as you bringing that healing to them, because they're going to come to the relationship with some kind of baggage. But you have to find a level. In order to find that level, if you seek God's face, you'll be all right.
amen.
Yeah, I like that. Tammy is
That's
on
it.
it.
Preach.
On it today, y'all. She on it. And it's just,
Okay.
because I love, people say a lot of things that sound good. And I'm one of those reality preachers. It sound good. I call it razzle dazzle. My husband laugh at me. I say, baby, there go that razzle dazzle. I say that is not. It sounds good. It sounds good, but it's different when you got to walk that out. And like
Right.
Tim, we all got things that we'll work. We are a work in in process. We
Right.
say progress, but in process. So even I've seen married couples who who go through counseling the first 6 months. I see married couples that stay in counseling, but he loves her so much that he wants her healed. She loves him so much that she's in there for the long haul. And folks, y'all know what you with him for, and I don't know. And guess what? They
You
walking
ain't gotta know.
journey out together. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? Then you got those that are dealing in the black community. We're dealing with a lot of men and women who are dealing with mental illness. They're dealing with so much stuff going on. Till like Tammy says, it's different things happening. So we have to trust God. We have to wait on God. You have to allow God to come in and make sure. Hey, this is. Let me tell y'all something. My husband found me. And guess what? He called me crazy sometimes. I call him crazy sometimes. He jump over into JD, and I say, bring him back. Bring my husband back to me. He jump out. Listen,
That's a good one.
over into Nene. They used to call him Nene back in the day, or whatever, Spooky or whatever. And he had to say, hey, 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 where my wife at? Where's she at? You feel what I'm saying? But me and him can do that with each other because God put us together. You get what I'm saying? It's that right person. Look, going back to what Rita said, this girl said some this shit. Got some notes
Mm-hmm.
for the right person. That's a part of submission. That's a part of submitting to that voice. You know how they say Incredible Hulk? It's that one woman that can uh, make Incredible Hulk turn back to David Banner. Come on. It's a person that's designated to handle your
Mm-hmm.
crisis. I'm gonna just put it out there. It's a person designated for you.
Your process.
You get what I'm saying? And I don't care how perfect we think we can get before we get married. It's a little crazy in us all. And God has designed you for the Bible say that God made the woman for the man, not the man for the woman. You get what I'm saying? Once we
Right.
take God's order for things, you'll find yourself, like he said, you'll find yourself relaxing. You'll find yourself putting your feet up. You'll find yourself saying, I can take off all of these bags and I can
Yeah.
throw them in the trash. You'll find yourself saying, I can go ahead and like the women at Brewster Place and tear this wall on down. And guess what? He'll be standing right there with you to help you tear that wall down. But it's somebody designated for that. It's somebody designated
That's right.
for the part of the life.
I
And we
believe
can
it.
be so crazy. Because let me tell you something. If we can't even get ready when we come to God. Some folk, I ain't ready to come to God. How can you get ready? How can you get ready? For real. You
Mm-hmm.
and he do the work. Do you hear what I'm saying? So it is a relationships. Our black men have been so torn down. Our black men have been so not saying that black women haven't, but we're talking about our black men. They have
Yeah,
been
that's true.
things. I saw my father go through some things. My sons have went through some things. You get what I'm saying? They have seen some things. And like somebody posted a comment, the examples wasn't there for a lot of people, for a lot of men. You get what I'm saying? But like I say, women, wait for your man to find you. And that's who you help do the work with. That's who you help walk this thing out with. You see what I'm saying? But that's the one that God sent you though. Not the one you chose as a project.
Oh Lord, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's
All
right.
right, y'all. Let's get ready to sign off. This has been a very, very good show today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's start with Tammy. Go ahead, sign off, Tammy.
All righty. I want to thank everybody for getting on with us, listening to the topics we bring about, listening to our sides, understand that we're not going to all agree, but we should agree to disagree and respect one another's input and experience and what they have to say about the situation. And that's what the show is all about. Sisters uniting in the midst of our differences. So thank you so much for watching. Continue to come back and see us every single Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Make sure that you get to my website to order my book today, Why Your Refund is So Low, is designed for those business owners who are in their first stages, so you're not gut punched when it's time to file your taxes and you don't understand what the world happened for the year. So this book is going to help you catapult you to that area of understanding. Go to the website www.tammie.com, just like my name, TammyMLilly.com. Thank you so much, ladies. Love you all. Be blessed.
All right, Keisha, go ahead and sign out for us.
All right. Thanks once again. Go over to our Sisters United talk show page. like the page. Meet us there Wednesdays, 10 o'clock, so that you can see what we have going on for that day or whatever. Love the topic today. Um, Rita, you did, I mean, you got in there today or whatever. Really good show today. So look forward to y'all joining us next week. Keisha Roberson signing off to then.
All right, go read. Rita was our messy topic bringer today.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, Keisha started it. Let me feel like inventor for one of her topics from last week. But I want to just thank everybody for joining in today. It was a very spicy, interesting subject. That, like I said, we was trying to keep it in one perspective, but that was kind of almost impossible. But just again, to give our disclaimer, we are not racist. We're not men bashers. We just discussing a very popular topic that kind of goes around in this society of the day. So remember our disclaimer. So we want to just thank you for joining us today. We're here every Wednesday at 10 a.m. with a different topic, talking about things that's concerning women or subjects or topics we love to talk about. Like Miss Tammy Lily said, we're sisters united even in our differences, talking about things that just kind of concern women. So if you have any topics or subjects you want to discuss, go to our Sisters United page and please put some topics or inbox any one of us and we will try to put it on the list. Okay. So again, thank you for coming and joining us today. Signing off, Rita Nelson.
Okay, listen, we're gonna raffle off this beautiful Sisters United tote. Okay, so make sure that you keep your eyes posted on the page. We're gonna be raffling off this tote. All right, we want you to have it. Yes, we do. We'll be posting a question. So you're gonna have to watch this show. We're gonna be posting a question out of the conversation that was shared on this show. Keisha might post the question. You never know. I'm not gonna tell you who's gonna do it, but you need to watch that page and see what's gonna be posted, and so you can win this bag. For those of you that want a Sisters United shirt, you can't have this one, but you can go. You can go to shop dot spreadshirt.com/. You heard me say it, / I don't know which. My Gospel Soul shop. Boom. Shop. Dot. Spreadshirt.com / one of them. My Gospel Soul shop. Check it out. And don't forget to check out the Job Search Collection. Who cares? God cares. We love you. We out. Peace.
All right.